everybody. My name is Margie Geiser. I'm an education volunteer with JewishGen, and I have with me today Barbara Rice to talk about her course, the Immigration Study Group. Barbara, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Margie?
I'm doing really good. So, one thing that we tend to have a problem with is we'll study the people primarily, let's just say in the US, all our people in our country, and then we want to start going back. And in order to find any information about those ancestors who have come from the old country, we need to find when they came. And that's what the Immigration Study Group is all about. So, can you give a brief overview of this course?
Well, I'd say it's more than when they came. The the immigration study group it's really a unique class. It's an opportunity to imagine your ancestors' journey from their town of origin in the old country to their place of landing in the new country. So those 2 points, you have that on your passenger manifest. Where did they leave from? What date did they leave? When did they arrive? Where did they arrive? But how did they get from their ancestral town to the port? We can look at all kinds of information that exists, maps, railway schedules, accounts of other people at the time, and we need our imagination because mostly our family members did not tell us. Many of our family members never talked about their journey. Some family members did have stories, and you may have some in family lore, but you may not. Your family may not have talked about the journey at all. And this class is an opportunity to use historical information about travel at the appropriate time and place, geography, map reading, genealogical documents, and your imagination. The goal of the class is for you to write a narrative about your ancestors' journey that is supported by your documents and what is known about historical travel. And we give you a template for that narrative to help you get started, just writing something.
Right. Okay. So at Jewish Gen Education, what we do is we're really proud of our online classes, and specifically the way our online classes combine building our students' genealogical research skills with individualized research guidance. Can you describe a little bit of how this works?
Well, in this class, it's a little different. We have this template for students to use to create their narrative, and it has 6 sections. Each section is a specific area and type of research, like what about the port that your ancestors left from? There's a lot of information about some of those ports, less about others, um, but I've got a big spreadsheet full of resources for the different ports. You can sort it by the port. Um, get all kinds of information. Some of those ports have museums now associated with them. Some of our students have written to those museums with specific questions. You'll be surprised uh, what is available. We talk about the resources available to document each section and invite students to share their research and narrative about one family branch.
All right. Okay. And so, what do students can they expect to learn from this course?
Well, I've learned a lot about travel, different forms of travel, what conditions were like on the ships, what conditions were like on the journey. There is a lot of imagination involved. There are gaps that you need to fill with something that's reasonable. It's a little bit of conjecture, but supported by um, research. And you can create a presentation on Google Earth that combines maps. You can create a PowerPoint. You can create a straight up narrative with photos, lots of opportunities.
What's the course for?
It's for anyone who is interested in reconstructing the journey their ancestors made from the old country to the new country. It's for anybody who wants to share their family history with other, maybe younger family members, or just to leave a record
Okay. All right. Are there any prerequisites or do they need any type of experience to take the course?
There's not really a prerequisite, although if having your passenger manifest helps. Otherwise, in this class, you can get support for finding it. But if you already have it, that's a big help. Um, the class is for students who enjoy writing combined with research. It's a class for students willing to imagine their ancestors' lives. We can't really know why our ancestors left the old country unless they left us family stories or diaries. What we can do is read the accounts of those who did write about their journeys and their reasons for leaving from similar places at similar times. We can also hypothesize reasons for leaving based on historical events in the area. And a student needs to be comfortable with this to enjoy the class. Um, while we work with genealogical documents and research, there's a certain amount of uncertainty, imagination, and creativity. And at the same time, as I said, there's a lot of information available about specific ports, specific ships, railway lines, schedules. The big shipping lines have museums with archival information. Some of them have celebrated big anniversaries and made big displays, more information available. You can find models of ships, see how they were configured, find accounts of how tickets were sold, prices of tickets, and there's been a lot of research on immigration as well, and we have like resources from very respected genealogical researchers also on immigration journeys. It's kind of a
Can you
hot
talk
topic.
can you talk a little bit about how the course is structured?
We have an online forum for daily communication and posting resources, and we have weekly Zoom sessions to discuss our projects and research strategies.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything that we haven't mentioned that you'd like to talk about?
Yes. First of all, this class is a study group, and many past students have contributed valuable resource assistance. One person knew where a big railway um, timetable was located on the Internet Archive. So there's room to contribute. Secondly, for some students, the 3-week time frame of class is not enough time to write a narrative of their ancestors' journey, but they get a start. And that start and community of the students in the class can be a great motivator to get something written about your ancestors' journey. Also, some of the students in this class have submitted their narratives for publication to the Galicianer, which is the Journal of Gesher Galicia has published a couple of them. JewishGen's Success Stories blog has published a couple. Past students have written to museums in various places and gotten answers to questions like, how would my ancestors have traveled with a samovar? Um, all fascinating topics.
Really is. It really is. This all sounds fabulous. So, Barbara, I want to thank you so much for talking to me about the course today and letting people know what it's all about. For those of you watching, if you'd like to learn more about the course or to register, then just go to the Jewish Gen website under education and click the link for uh, immigration study group. Let me show you real quickly where that is. I'm going to share so everybody can see. So here's the website. And right here, you'll go to learn and you'll go to online classes. Now, there's several places you could go, but my suggestion would be to scroll down, look for Barbara, click Barbara, and you'll actually see all her classes that she does. But here's the class for the immigration study group, and you can register right there.